Yo, Still Bills, what's the deal, man? Yo, peep game, man. We got to talk about something, man. And that's Bam fucking Rodriguez, dog. Kid is definitely the future. Kid is definitely the future. What I saw on Saturday, that was incredible, man. At 22, for him to be able to do that to a champion, to a, you know, Rat King wasn't a champion, but for him to be able to do that to him, that was incredible. That was really an incredible display of boxing, man. One thing I do want to say, I know after Jose Ramirez lost to Josh Taylor, it was a lot of people on this train, you know, propagating the fact that Robert Garcia's training methods is a bit overrated and played out or whatever. And I just think that, you know, that notion needs to be put, you know, that shit needs to be dead. I like, people just, they live in the moment. And the minute Jose Ramirez lost to Josh Taylor, motherfuckers was just jumping out the window talking that dumb shit, man. Robert Garcia is a former trainer of the year, man. He has an incredible stable, and we really gonna see what he's able to do when Joshua and Usyk face off, man. But I think that shit is kind of ass backwards to sit there and say that he, you know, his training methods are, you know, played out when he's literally just had a unified world champion in his stable and has had multiple champions in his stable, man. But nonetheless, man, let's get back to Bam, man. What I saw from this dude, man, just, you know, for a 22-year-old, he just really just displayed high-level boxing, man. The angles, man, he knew when to pull the trigger. He knew when to pull the trigger. He knew when to pull. I think that's most important, because you look at Joshua Buatsi, in his fight that he had last year against the I can't remember his name, but he dropped down from cruiserweight. But when Buatsi had him hurt early on, I think he dropped him, and he went in for the kill, just went in for the kill, and he blew, you know, he blew through his energy preserves, and he had to take a few rounds off to regather himself. That's not what Bam did. Bam went in there and meticulously broke this dude down, man. I'm talking angles, punching off of the angles, like that would just how the ability to step around somebody. Like, I don't think people understand how hard that is to do. So, you know what I'm saying? Throw a shot and not stand there and admire your work and pose for the frame. No. Oh, it's nobody in line. Pause. Yeah, I'm back, man. But like I was saying, the ability to step around your opponent off of, you know, a straight, to create those angles, man. It was just really a really beautiful display of boxing, man. Kid is incredible. Kid is incredible, and for him to break down the Rat King like that, not stand in front of him, I mean, he knew, it's like even then he knew when to trade. He knew when to stand, you know, plant his feet and kind of slightly let his hands go. Not to the point where he was what's the word I want to look for? He was never in danger. Dig? It was spontaneous. He was smart and savvy in the clinch, and it was always done. Like, you know, when somebody is flustered, they make, you know, it's easier for them to make mistakes. It's easier for them to make mistakes. And he just had him flustered going into the middle rounds. He was just not even the middle rounds. I want to say the first 4 rounds, you've seen Sor Visa just, he just wasn't, he just knew, all right, man, this is too, these waters might be a little too deep in. And I think he went, you know, they said he went in there with the mentality to take Bam in the deep waters and drown him, and it just wasn't enough. That was destruction, utter destruction. And the fact that he showed patience in that ring, maintained distance, stepped in when he wanted to step in on his terms, whether it was taking a step in or around. That was just really an incredible display of boxing, man. Then was some real good fights on Saturday. Some great fights. Hold up real quick. I think my girl coming.
Hello.
Hello.
26.
Right on.
For you?
Uh-huh.
Atos?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Give me one second.
I got it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Just had to pick up a quesadilla, steak quesadilla from Alvarado's, but yeah, man. The kid is the truth, man. The kid is the truth. What I want for him next, I would absolutely love to see him versus Choco. Now, Sovereign V-Size stopped Choco and had a controversial win. Whenever a win is controversial, that means it was a competitive bout. Canelo Golovkin was competitive, but it was a controversial draw, and even Canelo's win over Golovkin was controversial as well. So it was controversial, but that means it's competitive, man. Bam went in here and just eradicated this dude. Eradicated. Like, it was no competition. It was never. Rat King was never in the fight. Rat King was never in the fight. But one thing I want to speak on, man. My man Art, man. The kid is a trip, man. He said the division is a all match of trash division, man. It ain't fucking with lightweight and welterweight and yada yada yada. And I'm like, man, says who? He says who? The welterweight division at this point it's the glamour division in the now, because that's a division that Floyd and Manny was in. And we hadn't really seen numbers like Floyd and Manny was putting up on pay-per-view. We haven't really seen numbers like that. We haven't really seen numbers like that. So of course, yeah, those are those two really boosted the popularity of the welterweight division. But right now, the welterweight division is stagnant. It's stagnant. Thurman was talking greasy. Oh yeah, I want to fight Jaron Ennis. All right, cool. Well, shit, it don't take much to announce that fight. Let's get into it. Y'all fight practically on the same side of the street. We still don't know what's going on with Spence and Bud. Porter's retired. Virgil Ortiz, he was injured. Like, the best action we've got from the welterweight division this year was goddamn Butayev and Stanionis. That was a highly anticipated bout between two but contenders. And we got Spence and Ugas. Other than that, the welterweight division has been pretty stagnant. Y'all got to stop disrespecting the minimum weights. Y'all got to stop disrespecting the minimum weights. Y'all have to. Just because motherfuckers is 112 pounds, no. It's more interesting watching them fight a lot of times than it is the bigger dudes, because we know what we get, and we're gonna get fireworks. We're gonna get combination punching. We're gonna get a wild display of athleticism. We're gonna get a lot of things in those type of fights, in those type of matchups. Y'all gotta stop disrespecting the minimum weights, man. Y'all gotta stop disrespecting. Should we say the same thing about the 122-pound division with Stephen Fulton? Should we do that? Because I ain't heard nobody say nothing about Stephen Fulton. Because that's a small division as well. That's a small division as well. It's just, it's not cool to say it about Stephen Fulton because he's one of us. Like, I gotta stop disrespecting these minimum weight fighters, dog. Like, bigger fighters aren't able to do what it is that these smaller dudes can do. Respect that. God damn. But shout out to Bam Rodriguez, man. Shout out to him. I'm definitely a fan, and I'm definitely gonna continue to be a supporter. And we gotta get him versus Choco ASAP, man. Deuces.